African Americans are making a different choice. Ditching the American dream, they are returning to Africa to reconnect with their roots.
Ghana becomes the fourth African nation to receive deported migrants from the U.S.
South Africans are calling on African Americans to come home.
They told you the American dream was forever. But what if the real dream is now being rebuilt thousands of miles away? On the other side of the Atlantic today, thousands of African Americans are making the choice no one thought possible, leaving the wealthiest nation on earth and planting roots in Africa. The movement is no longer symbolic. It's measurable. In 2019 alone, more than 1.1 million African Americans visited Ghana, and officials in Accra admitted they were overwhelmed by the sheer scale. 6 years later, the trend has matured from visits to permanent migration. Ghana, South Africa, Rwanda, and Senegal are at the forefront, rolling out policies that actively welcome African Americans. According to the African Union's 2024 Diaspora Engagement Report, more than 220,000 African Americans have formally applied for residency or long-term business visas in African countries since 2020. The question is no longer whether this migration is happening, but what it means for both continents. The push factors in the United States remain undeniable. Systemic racism is not an abstract claim. It's backed by data. A 2023 Pew Research study found that 82% of African Americans reported discrimination as a regular part of daily life. The racial wealth gap is staggering. The median wealth of Black households is $24,000 compared to $188,000 for white households, according to the Federal Reserve's latest survey of consumer finances, for parents in Atlanta, Detroit, or Baltimore. Teaching children how to survive a traffic stop is still more urgent than saving for college. The fear is not imagined. From George Floyd's murder in 2020 to Tyre Nichols in 2023, high-profile killings remain etched into the national consciousness. The result is not just grief, but generational trauma. Mental health professionals estimate African Americans are 20% more likely to experience psychological distress compared to their white counterparts. When ordinary survival requires extraordinary vigilance, leaving stops looking like betrayal and starts feeling like liberation. The UCEB Department of Labor admitted in its 2024 Economic Equality Briefing that Black unemployment has consistently been 2% higher than the national average for more than 2 decades. Small business owners also feel the weight of systemic inequality. A 2025 survey by the National Black Chamber of Commerce revealed that 67% of Black-owned SMEs struggled to secure fair lending terms from banks compared to just 29% of white-owned firms. Former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms recently said, "This isn't about lack of ambition. It's about doors that remain closed no matter how hard you knock." For many, this migration is about identity as much as safety. 4 centuries of forced separation severed entire family trees. Languages disappeared, surnames were erased, and ancestral villages became mysteries. But new technologies are changing that. Affordable DNA testing kits and genealogical databases are providing connections that previous generations could never imagine. Companies like African Ancestry report their customer base grew 300% between 2020 and 2024. The majority are African Americans searching for tribal or regional links. For returnees, knowing that their bloodline traces to the Ashanti, Yoruba, or Wolof is not just trivia, it is fuel for a pilgrimage. Jennifer Davis, a teacher from Chicago who recently moved to Ghana, said she wants her kids to grow up knowing where they come from. Governments across Africa have recognized this hunger and responded strategically. Ghana's Year of Return campaign in 2019 was only the beginning. Today, Rwanda offers expedited citizenship for diaspora returnees. South Africa provides tax incentives, and Senegal has launched a special housing scheme aimed at diaspora investors. According to Ghana's Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, diaspora remittances and investments contributed $3.5 billion to the local economy in 2024, a sharp rise from just $1.8 billion in 2018. Small and medium-sized enterprises are also benefiting. Local tour companies, restaurant owners, and artisans report double-digit revenue increases from diaspora visitors and settlers. Kwame Osei, who runs a boutique hotel in Cape Coast, told Reuters this summer that, before, his clients were mainly Europeans. Now, 60% of his guests are African Americans looking for a sense of home. The economic story is crucial. Africa is no longer being defined solely by poverty statistics. The IMF's 2025 outlook shows 6 of the world's 10 fastest-growing economies are in Africa, with Rwanda, Côte d'Ivoire, and Ethiopia leading the way at growth rates above 6%. Major cities like Lagos, Nairobi, Accra, and Kigali have become tech and cultural hubs,